Now to a story all new at 4. It is World Mental Health Day, and in the district, police and counselors are taking on the city's mental health crisis. More than a year ago, MPD rolled out its co-response teams with the Department of Behavioral Health. The goal here was to create better outcomes for people in crisis when police respond. A year later, our Matt Gregory takes a look at how the teams of officers and counselors fare on D.C. streets.
Over the last year, MPD has responded to thousands of calls for mental health crises, and they've often sent out this co-response unit. And they say more than a year later, they're looking at better outcomes in these mental health crisis situations. When this scene brought Kennedy Street to a standstill in 2022, it was more evidence of the need for mental health resources for officers responding to mental health crises.
This particular process has really been in the making since Chief Conte was here. He and I really worked very closely.
DC's Department of Behavioral Health Director Barbara Bazron and MPD Captain Jonathan Duro met us outside the 1st District headquarters.
So what we have is 5 teams of officers paired with a DBH specialist.
A year later, Captain Duro says the patrol teams have had no significant use of force complaints and less than 50 arrests, but have still handled thousands of calls.
They've had more than 1,300 unique interactions with folks that are experiencing a mental health crisis. So out of those encounters, they facilitated almost 600 emergency hospitalizations, and included in that is also voluntary hospitalizations.
In their office, we caught 3 of the teams getting ready for patrol.
I have some people in my family who suffers from mental health, so it's kind of a personal thing to me.
Like Patrolman Kevin Smith, he gave us some insight into how the teams work, and he says he approaches the subject in crisis first.
She'll tell me what to say, or she'll tell me to step back, and she'll whisper it in my ear to let me know what to look for and certain things to do, or what the diagnosis is. And before I know it, she's already doing her part, and her part is done by the time I finish.
From there, the teams work to get the person to the proper resources, and in an answer I didn't expect, they say their help doesn't stop that day.
And then you can follow up with them the next day or the next week, and you see that, oh, I'm talking to my counselor, I'm taking my medicine, I'm doing something productive.
After a year, I'm told this is still in the pilot phase, but Captain Duro has hopes. He says he wants to see more units like this going out across the city. In Navy Yard, I'm Matt Gregory, WUSA 9.
All right, Matt, thank you.